Well, in case you didn't know, now that we are into mid-August, we are officially out of that period of time that qualifies as the dog days of summer. That wrapped up on Monday, on the 11th, which now that we're getting into the second half of August, we could start to see some cooler shots of air becoming a little bit more frequent, those tastes of fall, but not this weekend. It is going to be downright hot and humid. It'll feel like we're still in the dog days of summer, with temperatures by the weekend well into the 90s. We're talking about getting close to 10 degrees above average for our high temperatures. But this might be a very brief shot where you look 8 to 14 days out, second half of August, there are signs of below average temperatures returning, which I'm sure many of us will be glad to see. Another taste of early fall as we get toward the second half of August. Now, no fall temperatures today, just average temperatures into the upper 80s, cooling down into the mid 70s by the time that we get toward tonight. Could see one, maybe two isolated downpours, but most of us, as you see here with Futurecast, will be dry with not much to worry about here. Same thing goes for our Friday as well. But you'll start to notice those temperatures and the humidity coming up. Notice that southerly flow returning here on Friday, starting to crank things up. Speaking of cranking up, the tropics are starting to crank up. This is Tropical Storm Erin, really starting to wind itself up here. Expected to become a hurricane by later today. Latest update with winds of 60 miles an hour. Not only is it expected to become a hurricane, but expected to become a major hurricane by the time we get toward the end of the weekend here. Would not surprise me if this exceeded the forecast and became an even stronger hurricane because of how little the Atlantic has become disturbed or has been disturbed so far this hurricane season. No hurricane conditions for us today, just seasonal conditions, upper 80s, clouds and sunshine. We're down into the upper 60s, partly cloudy skies, maybe a little bit of patchy fog if you get close to the Ohio River, but a fairly typical August morning, right around 70 degrees, which is still above average for this time of the year for our overnight lows. And then you see how warm things get as we get toward the weekend, well into the mid-90s. Not record-setting, still a little bit far away from that, but the heat index will be well over 100 degrees. And right now it's looking like until about the middle part of next week for temperatures to get closer to average.